Mike Green. Why you don't like Mike Green?
Mike Green was straight, but it was just about that competition thing. I'm not taking Mike Green over Jalen Walker and fucking James Pierce Jr.
Nah,
I ain't doing that.
I give y'all that. I said I'll give y'all that shit.
Yeah, I ain't taking that. I like Mike Green though. He hard though. He hard.
Oh no, the Deshaun Watson when they was about to trade for him. Let me tell y'all something.
When the Falcons was trying about trading for him?
Yeah, I do remember.
Man, the Falcons couldn't afford him, bro. That was some bullshit, man. The Falcons couldn't afford that nigga ass. That's just like that shit with Lamar Jackson. The Falcons couldn't afford Lamar Jackson that year, bro. They couldn't afford him.
My bad, Jared. I had to catch up, man. Come on, dog.
Listen. Let Lamar Jackson would have been on the table last year when we was getting Kirk Cousins. We would have got Lamar Jackson
on the table 1 year.
Man, we couldn't afford Lamar Jackson that year, bro. On everything. I don't even know why they was even doing that with our name on it. We couldn't afford that nigga. We was in cap space behind Matt Ryan.
True.
Man, we couldn't afford that nigga.
Yeah, because Nate kept saying, nah, he was currently a Falcon in 2022, but the Browns threw 100. So Nate saying we could have got Deshaun Watson.
Man, all right, bro. They could not afford that, man. I know y'all saw that little bullshit leak. I know what y'all talking about. Y'all saw that little bullshit ass leak thing with the Falcon thing in the background, and then he went the other way. Cool. The Falcons could not afford Deshaun Watson or Lamar Jackson in those years. We was in cap space. What the hell we was gonna go get some money from?
Home Depot.
I'm trying to what the team gonna go get some money from? We was gonna do some illegal shit. I mean, this is Atlanta. We'll get away with a couple scams now.
I mean, that nigga do own the United. He own that soccer team and all that other shit. He better fucking.
That still be going all into cap space though. All that shit be going into one with Atlanta.
Hold on, when they said, hold on, nah, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. You know, I don't believe in leaks. Then what it was, Nate? Nah, you right, but they was trying to.
Yeah, they was trying to. I remember seeing that. That's why I was saying a lot of motherfuckers thought that Deshaun Watson was coming to Atlanta because they had that little shit leaked and they had that Falcon shit in the background. And then they tried to say the Browns jumped in there and put that money in his face. Me personally, I just feel like goddamn, they ain't have enough money, period. If he was gonna come down here, Deshaun Watson wasn't gonna have no big ass contract.
Oh, like they said his homie was on the staff in 2020. It was happening, but Watson had a $230 million guarantee. Now I do remember. I'm starting to remember that. I do remember. I think the Lamar thing was more of what you're talking about, dog. That we wasn't gonna be able to do at all.
Both of them is what I'm talking about. I didn't see it when they was talking about Deshaun Watson coming down here.
We were broke.
I can't even afford that nigga.
It was gonna be around.
The shit with that's what I was about to say. That's the shit when they pushed out Matt Ryan. When Deshaun Watson came down here, that's what Matt Ryan no longer gives.
I think they would have had it. I think like this, bro. And if Nate, you were correct. If they was gonna make it happen, even though we was broke, they was gonna try to they was either gonna have to cut somebody or restructure somebody else contract to make cap room for that shit. So unless they had a plan behind the shit until the Browns guaranteed him that guarantee money, I don't know.
Well, listen, this how it fucked up then. Matt Ryan, when they did that shit with Matt Ryan held out on contract. Then we had to let him go for a 3rd round pick.
I mean, at the end of the day,
that put us in all type of fucked up cap space. So when next year we couldn't get Lamar Jackson.
At the end of the day, I'm gonna say this, bro. I think everything happened for a reason, and I'm not mad at the decision we made. You know what I mean? Now that I look back at it, I mean, because like you said before in one of the other tapes, we could have had drafted a quarterback. Because I think Jared brought this up too. We could have drafted a quarterback if we knew Matt Ryan. Like we could have drafted Matt Ryan's successor a long time ago, but we chose not to.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Real. Matt Ryan, even like that, when he went to the Super Bowl, like he didn't just dramatically, goddamn just fall off. He really kind of did it in 1 year.
What year you talking about? Talking about
like his last year or some shit like that at the Falcons? He didn't just dramatically fall off. Now that next year after Super Bowl, the offense just wasn't connect. The offense just wasn't together. But I ain't gonna lie, Matt Ryan didn't never really just have no like real declining numbers like that, bro, on some real G shit after that Super Bowl. It was like a 1 year thing. I swear it was just like a 1 year thing. He
said that's what
he was old as hell in 1 year.
To you about Jackson. If we signed him, we wouldn't have money to put a team around them. Nate said
that could have been true, but I ain't gonna lie, they did not have the money that year to afford Lamar Jackson. They didn't have that. That's the year with Matt Ryan.
Yeah. Matt kept restructuring because outside of the deal, we had bad contracts. I do remember that nigga restructuring a lot.
Didn't Matt Ryan get franchise tagged?
You talking about like later on in them years? No.
I thought that year after when he won a Super Bowl, they franchise tagged him.
I know you lying because he ain't win no Super Bowl.
No, I'm talking about after we went to the Super Bowl. I didn't say win. I say went.
Oh, you said win. Okay. I can't. Y'all will know more about that.
I want to say because that was to be.
You might have been. I don't know.
This on everything I love. That year we went to the Super Bowl, bro. Matt Ryan and Kyle Shanahan was on the hot seat that year, bro.
You said you was right. You were right about that Matt Ryan thing as far as him.
I told you. I remember that shit.
Man, maybe I just don't like Matt Ryan.
Yeah, I'm telling you, I remember that.
Paid, listen, I think
for real, in 2016, in 2016, I swear to God, in 2016, I'm gonna give you everybody that was on the Falcon roster that was on the hot seat. Matt Ryan, Devontae Freeman, Kyle Shanahan, Desmond Trufant, and it's one more. It's a defensive player.
Beasley.
Nah, Beasley was just a rookie then. For real, that was his second year. It wasn't Beasley.
And what you said, 16?
Yeah. I'm trying to think. It was another motherfucker, bro. I'm trying to think who it was. No. All these motherfuckers on the hot seat though, bro. We was gonna get rid of these niggas. So I'm telling you, Matt, listen.
Look at Matt Ryan numbers. He put up Burrow numbers from the last year, but the defense couldn't get a stop.
Nah, facts. On there from that last year.
Nah, he said 2018 numbers.
Oh, 2018?
Yeah.
He had good numbers, I want to say, that year, for real.
That was the year after the Super Bowl.
Nah, the year after the Super Bowl, that's 17.
17.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Y'all
16, 17, 18, 19.
Yeah, I got you now. I get what you're saying now.
Yeah, but I swear that now 2017, his numbers wasn't that good. I'm gonna be real with you, but the offense was fucked because Kyle Shanahan had left and they had brought in fucking Lane Kiffin, sorry ass.
Didn't y'all wasn't in, y'all didn't get in no injuries that year? Like no, y'all did. Y'all made the playoffs.
We lost to Philly in the goddamn playoffs, and I'm gonna be real with you. Julio Jones dropped the ball.
But it was more.
We're supposed to win that game, bro. Julio dropped that goddamn ball.
It was more. I'm pretty sure it was more things to that game that got y'all to that.
It was, but I'm gonna be real, bro. It was a real competitive ass game. The Falcons played their ass off in that game. To be on the road at Philly, they played their ass off at that game. Then prior week, they went to LA and beat Todd Gurley and them.
Yeah, I do remember that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, they played good, nigga. I'm gonna be real. They should have beat Philly that game.
The weird thing is Matt threw 9 picks that should not have been picked. It was tip passes, all
tip passes. Yep, that next year on everything. Oh, that's no lie. Listen, Julio tipped about 2-3 of them. I'm gonna be real.
But y'all love to throw Julio on
when in Tampa Bay. You remember the one in Tampa Bay? He had the ball, boom, tip, interception. That shit was down to pick 6.
Julio definitely lost us that game at the end. We was
that was a good competitive game. Philly was playing their ass off. The Falcons was playing their ass off. That shit went all the way to the wire. Julio supposed to caught that goddamn ball. That's the only thing I can ever say about his Falcon career that I'm mad about. Everything else, I ain't mad at that nigga on, bro. God, but that day, I was pissed. Now, I'm going to be real, though. Julio last year as a Falcon, he was dropping the shit out that ball, though.
Y'all gonna get off Julio, man.
Bro, his last year as a Falcon, he was one of the leading receivers in drop passes that year. Yeah, on everything.
He did hit a decline.
One of those leading receivers in drop passes. And
well, we had got Calvin Ridley.
We got Calvin Ridley in 2018. Calvin Ridley came straight from Alabama on some deep threat shit.
He was balling.
Yeah, he came straight out of that mother on some deep ball shit.
The Eagles scored 15 against us. They scored 40 plus in the NFC title game in the Super Bowl. That tells you how
they beat the fuck out of Minnesota that goddamn game. On everything, they beat the shit out of Minnesota. Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. You know who I hate to say this, bro, but it's all the way true. These motherfuckers should have went to at least 2 more Super Bowls. Them whole ass ain'ts. They should have went to 2 more Super Bowls, bro. I rooted for them 1 year to go to the Super Bowl, bro.
What was it? Was that year that they lost to Minnesota?
Man, that one and the year they lost to the Rams.
No, that year they got.
That year definitely for a fact, nigga. That year was they was definitely supposed to win. That was a play. That was a.
They got screwed.